Alright, welcome back everybody. Aesop Grimm here, and this is the continuation of our first chronicle in the Mass Effect Legendary series that I'm doing on this channel. And we're going to work, I think it was this one actually, investigate facility. Yeah, not a crux. Oh, Notacrux. Notacrux. Okay, so here we go. Let's open up the galaxy map. We got some planets to look at. Clomarthu. We're already in the correct system. That happened at the end of last episode. Clomarthu has a reducing atmosphere of methane and nitrogen. The surface is hot and mainly composed of sodium with deposits of uranium. In terms of size and orbit, Clomarthu is a virtual twin of Earth but utterly lacks life. Okay, interesting. On the second orbital line, we have Notacrux.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander. No message, just a locator signal.
Notacrux is a verdant world with abundant water, temperate climate, a thick nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, and a rich ecosystem. Well, that's perfect for us. Verdant, lots of plant life, green. It would seem to be perfect for life. The relatively high percentage of oxygen makes humans feel energized and alive, though it has also allowed insect analogs to grow to frightful sizes. Unfortunately, Notacrux is a case of almost not quite. Well, if you know anything about the tiny percentiles that the sustainability of life on Earth rests upon, then you could see how this is very likely, a very likely outcome. I mean, almost not quite would be maybe as good as it got. Thunderstorms are as common as on Earth, but in Notacrux's thicker, oxygen-rich atmosphere, they are deafening and spark constant wildfires. More damning, however, are the large and ubiquitous tufts of pollen that float on the high-pressure air. In humans and other oxygen-breathing species, they cause severe or lethal allergic reactions. So I guess we would have to terraform. I wonder if terraforming would bring the atmosphere, because it's the oxygen-rich atmosphere that's causing this, right? Everything's just growing a little bit too much, so we would want to dampen that down a little bit. So maybe that would be possible through terraforming. All right, we'll be coming back to this, but let's finish our scan. The third orbital line contains Alco. Oh, that's a pretty planet. Oh well, the atmosphere here. The geological properties of Alco have been scanned from orbit, but little else is known about it. A fairly typical mixed outer system terrestrial of rock and ice, Alco has a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is composed of silicates and water ice with deposits of aluminum. Unregistered starship traffic has been recorded in the vicinity of this planet. Travel is not advised. Unregistered, so pirates. Or people looking to get away and start over again. Pateton. Pateton. A rather small hydrogen-helium gas giant, Pateton's atmosphere contains large quantities of chlorine. Scans of Pateton revealed a strange unmanned vessel in orbit around the planet. Tally brought it on board and determined it was Asari made, but very old. She discovered several ancient artifacts inside the vessel, including one of Matriarch Dilanega's writings. Okay. And then we'll go back to Notacrux, and we will land. I think I'm going to bring Rex this time. Let's grab Leo. Oh, so we're going to be heavy on the biotics. We have no tech strength at all. I can't do that. That means that every every other map area that I come to, I wouldn't be able to access anything. I would want Rex for maybe the last mission. I better just grab. Maybe I can leave Liara and I'll grab Garrus. We'll try that. Yeah. I hate to leave Liara though. Biotics is amazing. And she's the one true biotic specialist that we have, even better than Caden. Alright. Well, looks like we're surrounded by enemies. Let's hit the question mark first and then we'll make our way south. Oh, we're not surrounded. They're just to the left of us. The border is that way. We'll follow this ridge line. And oh, it looks like it's going to be up over this ridge line right in front of us. So we'll go up the left side here. Just try to follow the grooves.
Heading to position.
Got it. This escape pod is half buried in material that has washed down from the mountains. Though it has obviously been here for centuries, the computer still has power. Linking in with your hard suit, you recover a batch of files containing data on the Thracia colony. Well, when they say Thracia colony, is that the name of the colony or the name of the planet that it's supposed to be on? Like, normally these planets have one colony, and so they're named after the planet, I thought. And if that's the case, why is there an escape pod with data on the Thracia colony on the planet Notocrux? Seems like there's maybe a little bit more to that story. But we probably... that's the end of the story for this video game. There's not... I don't think there's going to be any other threads for us to chase down on that. That's just something I'm sitting here being curious about. Let's see. I think I need to go back the way I came in. Now with this particular team, we have some hard-hitting weapons, so... And we're also... at least me and Rex are pretty beefy defensively. Garrus... I noticed that in the last episode when we were healing, Garrus was healing to full health off one metagel, and that makes me think that he's a little lower on hit points than the rest of the team. We almost got sideways there. Well, sure seems like it's clearly up over this summit, and I don't think I've got a route that'll get me over that. Not over on this side. I don't see anything here either. Is this like a topographical map? Yeah, it is. So these are the high points, these are the valleys. The dark areas are the valleys. Well, so it looks like I need to maybe go here. If I get there, then there should be a path straight ahead. Ah, well, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. I don't think so. Come on, man, go forward. Ah. Unless it's not over the summit. Maybe it's just in that little divot right in front of me. I don't think so, though. Yeah, not gonna be able to go full vertical. Oh my goodness, what even is this? I feel like I'm on a skateboard. In a swimming pool doing tricks, you know? Okay, we're gonna try and skirt this entire mountain. If I could have a vehicle that actually operated like this Mako does in real life, my goodness, I would have a blast. This thing never seems to get upside down. It seems to be able to take whatever shellacking you want to hand it. Maybe I can get around the mountain over here. I don't know. That's going to put me up right against the edge. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. Oh, well, this is where I was at. I'm right back where I started. Oh man, I feel bad. I like wasted y'all's time. How should I navigate this? I can't keep going this. It's gotta, at some point in time, it's gotta go this way. Let's try and climb up this grade right here and see if we can do this like switchbacks. I remember driving in Kosovo one time, and I went down the whole coastline, and it was all just, it took forever and a day because it's all switchbacks going through the mountains. But what a gorgeous drive that was. I mean, talk about truly being in wild, undeveloped country. You know, they didn't have like what do you call them? They didn't have suddenly I'm blanking, like rails, like protective rails. They were skinny roads, as most European roads are. So this is from an American perspective, right? They were skinny roads, with no rail protection, and the roads just doubled back and forth, back and forth. It's what in America we call it switchbacks. And they scaled up and down the mountains. Oh, look at that. And it was just, you got some really gorgeous scenes. It was very pretty. You know, it was funny because I was telling you guys about this real world memory, and I saw these things and I was associating them with real world horses. And then I saw their front legs and it freaked me out. I was like, you misbegotten alien. Right? It wigged me out because I was thinking real world stuff. All right, let's get out here and check this out. Manual bypass. That's a lot. Oh, I made it. Oh, I thought I got caught, man. All right. Oh, we got an area map. Well, I don't know what extra it did for me. That was already there. Part of what took so long on that trip was that I went in August. And that was whenever I learned, like, the whole of Europe, August is the big vacation month. That's when everybody breaks out their trailers and they take the families out and they go hiking and they go to national, I guess their version of national parks and stuff. The way that the land management happens in Europe, I think, is really gorgeously elegant, and it's a lot of these places are dependent on the people themselves. Like, I never saw this myself, but I had a friend that was really big into mountain climbing, so he would be out in the mountains all the time. And over there, I don't know if we do this here in America or not. I kind of think no. But over there, you have these cabins that you can lodge at. I don't know how I'm going to get over this. And they're all stocked with blankets and food and stuff. And what you do is that you, well, the way that I have this memorized is that you replace the stuff that you use. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering how would you do that? Why would you use it if you had that stuff on hand? And so what occurs to me is that you probably have volunteer groups like alpine hikers and stuff like that go out and check these places and continuously keep them stocked up. And what you do as a hiker, because this is free to use for you and it provides shelter and keeps you and your people alive, is you leave money so that they can go and buy the supplies to restock that place. I think that's how it works. And they don't have like you don't have to pay to go into these parks and stuff. Over here in the States, we have a different method. We have federal employees that do all that kind of stuff, and they take care of the land and stuff like that. And the way that we pay their salary is we charge people an entry fee into our national parks. So you're kind of accomplishing both things in different ways. But I thought the European system was, it appealed to me more. But the culture is also set up for it. People are trained in being responsible in that way. Over here, where you don't have that kind of a system in place, I think it would get abused, and people would maybe not be as dependable. But anyway, let's hit save. This will give us a fallback point if we die. Okay. Everybody shield up. Man, we messed them up. This is a good combat team. That didn't even. I don't think anybody even got hurt. And we cleaned house on that, boys. That was a strong team. I'm tempted to use that again in the future. Because I got biotics and Rex has biotics. That was a really strong team. I don't know. For the playthrough purpose, because Liara is so central, I really don't want to do that. I want to have her on our team often. But this was awesome. I think this will be empty. I was wrong. Let's try right here. A katana class 8. I think that's a really good shotgun if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we should...
Rescuers?
Hold on.
Oh, thank God. See? I told you somebody would come to investigate that signal. My name is Dr. Ross, Chief Exogeny Researcher at this facility. We've been trapped in this room for days. We're almost out of food and water. You got here just in time.
I need to know what's going on. Why is this place crawling with Thorian creepers?
How do you know about the Thorian?
I know what Exogeny was up to. I saw what they let the Thorian do to those colonists, so I destroyed it.
Our secret's out then. No point in my lying. You already know the worst. The creepers here were created using altered samples from the specimens on Pharos. We discovered a way to turn them into docile, obedient servants. Everything was going fine until a few days ago. Then all the creepers suddenly went berserk. Only a handful of us made it back into the safety of this room.
Why didn't you send a clear message asking for help? All we had was that signal from the emergency beacon.
This is a closed communications base. Exogeny was worried about someone on the project selling secrets to a rival firm or reporting our work to the authorities. We have no direct communication with the outside, only the emergency beacon. It sends a general distress signal to the Exogeny site on Pharos. They're supposed to send a team to respond inside of 24 hours, but it sounds like they had problems of their own.
Any chance some of the other people at the base might still be alive?
I doubt it. Too many creepers out there. They never stood a chance. We're the only ones left.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Maybe there was still some kind of link between the creepers and the Thorian back on Pharos. The Thorian was unlike any other life form we've ever studied. I can't explain how, but maybe when it died, it somehow set off the creepers here.
Okay.
I've heard all I need to.
Look, I know what we did here was wrong. I'll admit that. But it's over now. There's no sense reporting this to the authorities, right?
Wrong answer, B. I'm gonna hold my tongue. I can't flipping stand people like this. Look, I know what we did here was wrong, but what? You knew what you were doing? I have more forgiveness for people who are criminally naive than people who willfully are engaging in wrong things and don't do anything about it. No, you're scum. And maybe that's a hard stance. You can hear it in my tone. I don't like taking that kind of stance against another human being, but this, God don't make garbage, but people can turn themselves into garbage. And I think this is a trash bag human being right here. People lost their lives here. What are you offering? Somebody has to pay. I'll go with this one.
You were in charge of this project. The safety of the staff was your responsibility. They trusted you, and you betrayed that trust.
Be reasonable. I didn't mean for this to happen. Besides, how does it help anyone if I end up in jail? Normally, Exogeny would have my back, but it sounds like they're going to have their hands full cleaning up the mess on Pharos. But I've got money. A nice little emergency fund I set up. It's yours if you let us go.
That's always the problem. People willing to take the grift. People willing to take the money to just shut up. What good is it going to do? Have you ever heard of the term serving as an example? That's what we're going to do. We're going to make an example out of you. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be nice. Well, I would hope. I'm going to up-channel this. Watch. She'll get out of it. Somebody up high will take the money. Well, we could fix that.
This isn't about money. It's about justice. Blood for blood.
That's not going to happen. Open fire. Open fire!
Go, go, go!
Exogeny's second-rate mercs proved no match for a trained Alliance Marine. With the last of the science crew dead, there's no reason to linger here. Okay. I made that choice in the heat of the moment, and I immediately regretted it. That wasn't correct either. That's... street justice is not right. Now, man, look, there's a conundrum here. There is a time when street justice is right. You could go through world history is what I meant to say. You can go through world history and you can get back to times where there was no law or there was the barest degree of law and people had to be a law unto themselves. Well, that's street justice. That's where you're handling things in your own town. I grew up on the East Coast. Our thing was the block takes care of itself. Because there's just things that somebody with a badge can't always handle. They can't get there in time, or it's not a thing that they have the legality to be able to take care of. But peer groups can take care of it. Now you're treading on some awfully gray area there, and that's why I stay away from it. It's scary how slippery that slope is. So what I'm saying is I think we should have given her up to the authorities. I think that's the right thing to do, the whole quote-unquote trust the system. The problem is, can we trust the system? I don't know. I don't have enough info from this game on whether or not our system of law is trustworthy. So that's what I mean, like there's a conundrum here. I don't know which way to argue this, but I can tell you that me as the individual who's sort of narrating this for you, I lean towards I got out of hand there. That was not my call. I should have arrested them and I should have brought her before a military tribunal or however it works, in this system, in this game. I just don't quite... I can make an argument in both ways. You can hear the conflict within me. I'm like, I don't know. And it's not an I don't know because I don't know where I'm at morally within myself. It's an I don't know because I don't have enough info on how this game world works. Oh, I should have used one of those. Okay. I kind of thought it might give me two. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. This is one of the things I really like about this game is I like Crusader Kings 3 for the same reason. It puts you in situations where you're constantly having to struggle with these moral choices. And depending on what kind of player you are, because some people just play the mechanics of the game, they're just looking for how do I beat the mechanics of the game. Moral decisions don't run into that, they don't factor into it. That's not what their goal is to play the game. Their goal is to solve the puzzle, so to speak. Whenever I play these games, my goal is to insert myself into the environment. That's why I wouldn't say I do a good job of role playing, but that's why I say the story is what's important to me. So it really just kind of depends on what you're in it for. But for me, both this game and a game like Crusader Kings 3, the fact that they're constantly throwing moral dilemmas at you, that's fun for me. What would I really do if I were in this situation? And it's almost like a practical exercise. So that maybe whenever you run into not situations that exactly parallel, but situations that maybe overlap or dovetail in your real life, you've actually thought about this before, on some level. Am I going the right way? Yeah. So I'm sure there's a contingent of you out there that are like, bro, it's just a game. And I'm sure there's a contingent out there that what I just said really resonates with you because that's how you do it also, Anyway, looks like we finished that up. Now, before I forget, what we need to do is look at this squad and see if anybody needs to level up. I've got 2 points. Oh, that helmet looks more cool now. I want to try that toggle helmet. Does that put it on? It does put it on. I want to run with this for a little bit, guys, with the helmets on. Okay. I am pretty high up here on Spectre training. I think I'm going to go and level up throw more. And then I'm going to look at Garrus. He's got 6 points. %, for all weapons. Assault and sniper rifles, an additional 9%. Okay. Rex has 16 points. I want to go... let's finish off combat armor and fitness, maybe. Restores even bigger portion of shield. Further increases health damage reduction. Now let's get barrier going. This dude's a beast. He's a tank. Stasis is unlocked, which I'm not going to use. I think I read something about that not being a good thing for the NPCs. I think it prohibits them from using... Like, they'll use stasis and then one of their other abilities drops off or something to that effect. Increases the amount of damage barrier absorbs, allows you to use barrier for a longer duration and more. Increases duration and shield strength of barrier. Okay, I just turned Rex into an absolute tank. That dude is beastly. So next we'll be leveling up his warp. And then his throw, and then maybe I'll dump the last ones into assault rifles, because I've already maxed out his shotgun. It's going to be tough for me to figure out, guys. I really like this team. But maybe whenever we're doing missions that are not on planets, like where we're using the Mako, I don't know. I don't know what to do here, man. I really like this team. Let me look at Rex again. No electronics. I wonder if Liara has, I almost called her Tiara. I wonder if Liara has electronics. Man, it's tough. I like that word conundrum. It's a conundrum for me. All right, let's return to the Normandy. All right, what's next? We have a lot here, actually. Okay, this one's ongoing. This one ongoing, this one ongoing, this one ongoing, this one ongoing. These are at the Citadel, so we really only have 2. Let's knock out Geth activities. Armstrong Nebula, where does Missing Marines take us to? It takes us to the Citadel. Okay, so we'll investigate the Geth. Armstrong Nebula. Caspian, Matano. I mean, since we're here, I want to look at what's in the Caspian area. I don't have anything that's taken me there so far. Maybe we find a side quest. Oh, look at that. MSV Cornucopia. Okay, what's on the first orbital line? Let's look at the planets first. Klotonka. Klotonka is a large but low-density terrestrial world with an atmosphere of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. Its crust is composed of sulfur and unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of heavy metals, usually the result of meteor strikes, dot the surface. High-speed winds powered by the hot blue star Caspian present a constant hazard. Atmospheric entry is hazardous and EVAs are discouraged. Scans from orbit have detected a small deposit of iridium. I'm still bothered by the fact I took that team down instead of arresting them. Because I was sitting there, like, accusing them, right? They did wrong whenever they knew it was wrong. Now, I kind of didn't. I more reacted. But I almost immediately knew that was incorrect. I don't know. Maybe it's... I don't know. I could just be having a guilty conscience, and there was no good answer there. Farnuri has a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and helium. The surface is mainly composed of silica laced with iron oxides, indicating the world had an oxygenated atmosphere at some time in the past. Given the relative youth of the blue star Caspian and the significant gravity well of Farnuri, this must have occurred with astonishing swiftness, perhaps a result of some cataclysmic event. Further research is required. You know what just occurred to me? We're a Spectre. We're a Spectre that are given those kinds of powers. And maybe what this sets a precedent for is don't be up to such levels of evil that you get a Spectre investigating your corporation. You know? Because Spectres will just handle it right there. And maybe if you do that to enough of these corporations, it'll set a new social norm where people just know and understand this is a huge risk I'm taking. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, man. My brain's going like 6 different ways on that. And you can tell that it's interesting to me because I keep talking about it. All right, survey. Scans from orbit have detected a large deposit of gold. On the 3rd orbital line... Oh, we just looked at the 3rd orbital line. Yeah. 4th orbital line has Almar Crooks. Almar Crooks has an atmosphere of methane and ethane. Ethane or ethane? I want to say ethane. Despite its great distance from Caspian, the energetic young star heats the surface almost temperate levels. Thick ground fogs are common at the terminator, where water ice frozen during the long dark side night meets the warm air masses from the day side. The crust is mainly composed of copper with deposits of sodium. Almarcrux's abundant water and relatively mild temperature and gravity have placed it on the short list of terraforming candidate worlds. However, there is significant opposition from eco-ethics groups, of course, who assert that Almarcrux's primitive methanotrophic bacteria may be a precursor to a full-fledged native ecology. Yeah, that sounds like something that they would pick at. I don't think that's an argument that holds up very well, but it's amazing how well you can argue a certain side. I don't know. You know, this seems like the gain that we could get for the existing civilized world, like civilized, the sentient life that we have right now, the Citadel groups. It far outstrips however many millions of years it would take for the amoeba to develop into whatever, you know, and that's even if you're taking that approach as being factual. I don't know. Seems weak to me. Antida. Antida is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Its atmosphere is darkened by traces of sodium. It is one of relatively few planets known with an orbital period of more than a millennium. Something just occurred to me too. What if that world that could be easily terraformed, what if that became Tali's people's new homeworld? You know, I mean, there's a gain right there that you can do for an entire population of people that are without a home right now. It seems almost inhumane. I don't know what word we would use in this world where we have alien life, but you guys get the concept. It seems very detrimental to life and the advancement of civilization to block that world off from right now development. Turian insignia recovered. Scans of Antida revealed a group of defunct turrets orbiting the planet. The recon team carefully retrieved one of the turrets and brought it on board. Tali dismantled the weapon and found it was marked with a Carthan outpost insignia. So we got an insignia. Alright, now, the MSV Cornucopia. The Cornucopia is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design. While obviously adrift, the Cornucopia is not broadcasting any distress call. Registry X Solar Shipping Sol System. Alright, we're going to board it. And this time I am going to bring Liara with Garrus. I'm going to look at squad. Liara's got 8 points. She could be leveled up in electronics. Yeah. But Garrus is such a good one to have too. And I would rather finish Liara off up here on these areas. Let's go with Lift. Lift lasts longer, takes less time to recharge, and allows you to hit more objects with a bigger field. You know what it is? I need to use Liara's abilities, I think, a little bit more. Maybe Rex and Garrus felt really strong to me because when they're on autopilot and I'm not micromanaging them, their combat skills are just passive. You know, they hit hard, they can take damage. Well, at least Rex can. Whereas Liara's main use comes through using her abilities, and I think perhaps I need to micromanage those. Lift lasts even longer and allows you to hit more objects with a much bigger field. Hey, you know what? Take all that off. Singularity is what I would want to get. Further increases the radius and duration of singularity and allows you to use it more often. And then dump 3 points into lift to get advanced lift and another one. And she's nice because of this. Reduces recharge time on all biotics by 14%, but right here, first aid heals an additional 70 points of damage. Reduces recharge time on first aid by 40%. And I'm assuming that that's affecting my ability to use first aid on our squad and how much it heals us for. Of course, when you're built like Rex, you might not really need first aid that often. Nothing over here, right? Nope. Okay, post up over here. There we go. I have to actually get them. I can't put that marker too far away. All right, let's create a save point. We're at 46 minutes, so we need to get moving. If we don't want this to be a 2-hour episode.
On me.
Anybody home?
Take him out!
Lost shields.
Get her barrier up right now. All right. Can you throw singularity? I need to switch to shotgun.
Husks. The ship is probably crawling with them.
Guess we don't have to worry about looking for survivors.
Oh, really? They hit me hard, huh? I can't move. Hey, I was at half health before. Did she use a med pack?
Powering up.
Ah, see, I'm at half health again, man. Whatever they got, it hits hard. Alright, I've got 5 meta gel. I want to see if she uses that on her own.
Powering up.
And then I want to get, I want to get her singularity up again. No. Oh. Man, they got a really long range. I'm going to use Metagel. Sniper rifle. Now, I used Metagel and it healed me to a certain level, and then I'm up way past that certain level. And I had 5 before, now I have 4. So that makes me think that the Metagel has a healing over time aspect to it. I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking maybe. Tungsten rounds. Did that say level 8? I didn't really look, because there was something around here that said malfunctioning something or another. Alright, we came out of that. No, we came out of this, huh? So I want to open this door. Blade of coating. Oh, got it. Okay, and then the mission objective should be right here.
According to the log files, the ship was out near the Perseus Veil. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board, and then... This doesn't make any sense. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Veil, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
So they were kind of, yeah, brainwashed. Okay, I was looking at Shepard's face thinking about that.
That artifact must have done something to them. Why else would someone fly into Geth space?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. It doesn't say anything about how the ship got back into human territory.
The Geth transformed them into husks and left the vessel where they knew it would be found. A warning to other organics not to enter the Veil.
Oh. Oh, it's like a tribal warning where you put the remains of somebody up to mark an area like, hey, do not cross this point, because this is what happens to you. Okay, so now confirming everything else is either an ongoing mission or something that needs to be done at the Citadel. Oh, you know what? I noticed that that mission to meet that guy that was a big fan of you, it's no longer here. Oh, that's too bad, man. I missed out on that, because I did run into him, but I was offline. It was whenever I was looking for the other scanners. And I told you guys I wasn't going to make you endure that, you know? So we just simply missed out on that, it looks like, unless I'm not seeing it here. Okay, let's get out of here. Liara felt pretty tough on that one. You know, the multiple combinations available to you in this game just kind of keeps it very... There seems to be a lot of replayability. I would genuinely be interested in doing another playthrough with Ashley as the companion that got brought along more often, you know? Well, I mean, I say that right now. Once we get through 3 games, maybe not. But I might do that offline for myself. I just don't know if I would record another series, maybe. Return to Normandy? Yes. But you can see, I mean, already just how much you can change things up. All right, so we're done with this episode, but the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna head to the Armstrong Nebula. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna look here. Do I have another thing I can link up? I've already got a kinetic stabilizer. Do I need another combat scanner? Or is that attached to the weapon you're using? Yeah, I suppose it would be. So I'm gonna equip that. I have polonium rounds, class 7. It looks like class 7 is what we got here. So I'm going to confirm that my pistol's at class 7. It is. Okay, so I feel like I'm good to go there. I want to make sure I don't have anything better. This is Spectre gear. It should be the best. And it is. Okay, so let me show you guys. Actually, let's just go through the equipment so you can kind of get an idea of what I've got. Because the last episode I took you guys through a slow crawl of where everyone was at. So like this machine gun at 252, that's going to be an upgrade for somebody. I keep calling it a machine gun, assault rifle. The shotguns, 254 is very likely an upgrade for somebody. 160 and 195. 195 maybe, but 160 can probably be omni-gelled. For the pistols, 240 is definitely going to be an upgrade. 208, I think, will be 144, not likely. For a sniper rifle, 193 is an upgrade for me right now. 204 is even better. Oh, look at that, 235, man. I'm going to have to go look at Garrus and see if this is better than his. If it's not, then I'm going to equip it for myself. Nobody else, I don't have anybody else geared up for sniper rifle. Ashley would be the next one because she's a soldier class. No grenades, no biotic amps. We might have something for our technicians, our technical people. We have no further armor. Do we have... I'm at class 6. We do have class 7s available. Oh, yeah. I'm going to equip that right there. Okay, and where am I at for all of my ammo? Class 7, class 7, class 7, and class 7. So I'm good to go. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit save, even though I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to upgrade people, but I'm not going to put that on film. That's why I showed you the equipment I got, so you guys have an idea of what kind of upgrades we have available. I saved it right here, so we'll do the sign off. Again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, guys and gals. And I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues.